should to move to the banquet instead of the gas station. So
All right, people, you live.
Okay. You're ready, Vanessa?
Almost.
Okay.
We're rolling up to the banquet now.
Good evening, guys. Thank you for joining. We are requesting you a few minutes just for Vanessa to settle in. She has just landed and she's still settling in, and then she has joined, but she needs to settle, and then we can start the interview. Please bear with us. Thank you. Vanessa, please let us know when you settle, okay? Thank you.
Oli mwagalwa wange gwe muganzi wange ate kati kiki ekikuleetedde okubulangana okwo kubukabuka n'okuwankawaka egobe mu mutima gwo embeera zo zitiisa zimalamu amaanyi.
You ready, Vanessa?
I am ready.
Okay, great. Good evening, Ugandans in North America. My name is Agatha Lois Bochalia. I am a co-host on Ebifa Mugwengula Special Edition. It is a special edition because we are in a period of campaigns because we have elections in September, and we want you to be able to make an informed decision by getting to know the candidates that are running. And we are with Vanessa today, Vanessa Nansamba. You mostly know her as Miss Uganda North America, and she is contesting for UNAA Youth Female Council Representative. Hi, Vanessa.
Hi, Agatha. So nice to be here with you.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us, who is Vanessa Nansamba?
Well, I am one young Ugandan American. I really grew up in the Ugandan community when I was younger. That was my soul. All I had my holidays. It's literally built a lot of my my character, I would love to say. So I'm a young Ugandan woman who's trying to make it in this world, and I just want to. I love bringing the best out of people and just kind of like going back and giving back to my community in any way that I can.
Okay. That's great. And as Miss Uganda, you have had a platform to help the youth. What have you done so far as Miss Uganda North America? What have you done so far that you can say, I've done this for the youth?
So thus far, my platform was mental health awareness. Understanding our community, it's just not really spoken on as much. So what I did was that I did social media campaigns and also had talks with young adults about mental health and how it is to be a Ugandan in North America. Also trying to talk to local communities, trying to get more mental health resources out to Ugandans within the North America, within the diaspora, while also going back to Uganda and just giving back from home, because I feel like it's always good to give back to, where we're from.
Okay, that's great. In your campaign message, I read that you want to advocate for youth involvement in leadership and mentorship. Yeah?
Yes.
How do you plan to implement that? How do you plan to implement it?
So what I want to do is actually start a communication or an open line of communication between whether it be youth leaders with amongst like North America, because I think that there are a lot of people who are involved, but it's just that we don't know each other, right? So I want us to all come together and then start a whole mentorship program, right? So that we are able to figure out, hey, if you have this issue in your community, I know how to solve it. Let's go ahead and do it. And then hopefully that will help people who are much younger, like our small children within our community, see that, hey, I can do that in a couple of years. I don't need to be, I don't need to be 40, 50 years old. I can do this as a 16-year-old. I can do this as a 10-year-old. I just want to make sure that we are, while being leaders in our community, are also being examples to our youth.
Okay, so in what platforms do you plan on using when you getting the youth together?
So I know with the youth, we are very social media heavy, right? So I would love to use, whether it be Instagram, we're in COVID right now, so Zoom, so like we can go and be able to talk to each other no matter what location we are. So I hope to use those platforms along with trying to use a convention. During a convention, there are a lot of great opportunities to advance yourself in business or personally, but I also want to make sure that there are events.
Vanessa, your audio has
for different people who, whether it be like entrepreneurship or even just like, just trying to, I guess, with school, if you need help with getting into graduate programs, even just college in general, like I want to make sure that the opportunities are provided to us and easy readable to people who, want to seek it out.
Okay, and if you are elected,
yes, yes.
What other constructive changes do you want to bring into UNAA?
So what I would like to do is I would actually like for us to, instead of having us do like a once a year big thing, I would love for us to have something throughout the year, right? Because I think while it's great that we are once a year able to come together and, celebrate Ugandans in North America and display the resources and I think it would be great if we're able to do that throughout the year, whether it be quarterly. Let's start it quarterly. Every 3-4 months, we're going to sit there, get together, and try to find ways to, I guess, better network. Because I think within the youth, that is the problem that I am seeing, is that, again, there's so much talent in different pockets. However, we need to go ahead and pull our talents together and then become leaders within our community.
Okay, when you say you want to do something else besides the convention, is it like another convention or another big event that you want to plan for the youth?
I think it would be better for like a networking event, something a bit smaller, because I understand also we're young adults trying to, whether it be having like small debts or something like that. So something on a smaller scale, I think would be better. Not as huge as a convention. Let the convention be the main event, and then have, whether it be from different coasts, let's say East Coast, let's do something, let's have a meetup here where we can do networking and have something geared towards the community. So the reason why, for me, I don't want to make it so specific as, oh, we're going to do entrepreneurship, right? Is because I don't want to come into the community and just put my ideas on them. If I want to throw an entrepreneurship event in a certain area, however, not many people want to be entrepreneurs, that's not very helpful for them. You know what I mean? So that's my thing, is that, well, I want to throw events for the base, for whether it be like job wise or for personal growth, I would want to throw them, but cater it to the community that I'm with. Something that works on the West Coast is not going to work on the East Coast. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean by, I want several events cater to the demographics in that area and see what they want to do, instead of me coming in and dictating things.
Okay.
Hopefully that answers your question.
When you talk of jobs and education,
yes,
so many youth are facing a problem of career. Yes. Many do not know what career to take on when they come to the United States or when they go to Canada. So what do you plan as a career guidance? If you're elected, what would you plan to guide the youth in their career, in choosing a career?
So I think what would happen would be a nice small career fair. That would be a good thing to start off with. I think what's happening now is that the way that jobs are happening tend to be a little different, right? We're a bit more on the techier side, right? So I want to be able to provide a wide scale of, again, a small miniature career fair like events that will allow people to see like, oh, this is what you have to offer. But even after having those events, let's have mentorship, because I think mentorship is very key in this, because you never know, like you may have an idea of what you want to get into, but not recognize what that means to be in that career, right? So whether it be small talks of what is it like to be a nurse, right? Let's have a couple of nurses who are in different sectors of nursing, let them sit down and talk about, hey, this is what it's like to be in nursing. Someone who owns a business, this is how it is to own a fashion business. This is how it is to own an agricultural business. Like having people actually speak out who are well into their careers in those spaces. So that's what I want to do, is instead of just having, that's I guess a bit more detailed of how I want it.
Okay.
Yes.
And now that you have a platform, would you give the audience a message that would entice you to vote for you?
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question again?
Now that you have an audience, you have the platform to entice the audience to vote for you. So do you have a message for the audience?
Yes, I just want to say that Vanessa, the reason why I wanted to run for this position is because I really want to fight for what the youth wants, right? So I'm a type of person that I want to make sure that you are getting what you can out of this community, right? Because I feel like a lot of times I hear, like maybe this isn't for me, or, there isn't a space for me in this environment. And I feel like that is not correct. There's a space for everyone, right? And I want to make sure that while, if I'm elected into this position, I show you that there is a space for you and you belong here and you can also lead within this community. So that's what I want to show to it. And we're going to put all that into action. You know what I mean? I understand that. So that's basically where I'm coming from in that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much for joining in today, Vanessa. And that is
Thank you,
all
Agatha.
that I had to ask. You're welcome. I want to say thank you all for joining in today's conversation. I think you all heard what Vanessa had to say. If you're impressed and you feel like you want Vanessa, there you go. You got to know her and you got to hear what she wants to do for the youth if she is elected. Thank you so much for joining in again, and see you again on Sunday, 22nd of August, which is tomorrow but 1. I am going to be with Zaida Nanteza, and she is also a UNAA youth female representative. Thank you so much for joining in. Good night.
Oli mwagalwa wange gwe muganzi wange ate kati kiki ekikuleetedde okubulagana okwo okubukabuka n'okuwakawaka egobe mu mutima gwo embeera zo zitiisa zimalamu amaanyi